Good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, September 26th. My name is Jeremy. Welcome. This is First Cup, and this is my first cup of coffee. How do you like the credits? I debuted those yesterday, I think, on Facebook Live. Is the piece of paper super fancy? Because I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with this thing. All right, so couple big announcements. I have alluded over the last week, maybe even longer, that there were a couple new products, and you're gonna find out about them first here because I can do that. All right. So I got a couple products here. One of them we had some troubles with. I've talked about that a lot, probably enough to irritate people. So here's the thing. I'm always looking for products that we can make that the martial arts community needs, wants, and things that we can do, to be frank, affordably, but still better than anyone else. How can we make things better? One of my philosophies with developing products is that we've got to be able to justify charging more. And that means we have to make it better. If we can't make the best thing on the market, or at least far better than the average thing on the market, then it's not worth our time. We're not big enough to compete on price. So it's silly for whistlekick to go at the budget end of the market. I don't know that we ever will. It just doesn't feel like the right thing to do. So what I have here, okay, there's that part. So here's the fun part. Here's a belt with our logo on it. Super cool, right? Hundreds of these came in. And when I started taking them out of the package just to check on them, some of them had things like this. See that? See that right there? That's literally a belt that was sewn across. Like the wrong way. I have a pile of these. So my day yesterday was mostly digging through and checking every belt by hand and measuring every belt by hand. Because here's the thing. Is this one going to show it? No, this one won't show it. So you see the nice little size tag on there. You know, the factory had a list of the sizes that they were supposed to use for all the belts. And actually, we were keeping it in line with Century because Century sells a lot of belts, and I make our own size chart. They just didn't come through that way. We've got size 8s that are smaller than size 6s. So I had to measure every single belt. Now, why am I saying this? I'm saying this because I went through and I found all the belts that were fine. Actually, most of them. There's a huge box over there of belts that will be headed out to Amazon. This, for now, will only be an Amazon product because we don't sell as much on whistlekick.com. Just flat out. Got all the standard colors. And if there's a plus to all this, it's that we aren't listing these belts by size. We're listing these by length. So if you've always wanted a belt that was just a couple inches longer, a couple inches shorter, you might be able to get it over there. As soon as they'll go out today, and they should be available on there in about a week. Okay. What does it mean for belts? Back to the drawing board. It's a bummer. It means the factory that we used, we can't use again because they've been non-responsive. And basically, I think they just said, oh, we'll take their money and just make this a one-time thing and do whatever we feel like. I just want to make it clear, though. There's nothing wrong with the quality of the belts that we're sending out. Any of these, like this one I showed you, they got pulled out. We will probably sell them as seconds. I've got an event in a couple weeks that I'll be set up at, and I'll bring them all there and just, sell them to people for $1 or something. We're gonna lose money on them, but I can't in good conscience sell something like that. It's just part of the game. Now, product I feel much better about. Olympic or WT Taekwondo gloves. So this product came out the way I wanted it to. If you look closely, you can see double stitching everywhere. And there's a couple spots where it's not double stitched, but for the most part, everything is double stitched. Every place that these gloves tend to fail, we've addressed. And there's matching foot protectors too. So excited. So excited about these because, I like naming names for competitive products, but there is a brand in the Olympic WTF space that is highly regarded, and these beat that. And they're not even going to be quite as expensive as that. Close, but not quite. These, once the corrected photos come back from editing, will be available on whistlekick.com. I'm not exactly sure how soon, because all of the product is here. There's a box headed out to Amazon, but most of it, I'm looking at piles. There are piles by size scattered around HQ here. And since fulfillment doesn't happen here, I really don't want to put up a product I'm going to have to start packing boxes on. Because, you know what? I don't do that anymore. I'm trying not to anyway. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. So what are the lessons I learned out of all this? The lessons I learned on the belts. There were warning signs. I ignored them. Like any kind of relationship you get into, you're hopeful and you look at the positive and you take people at their word rather than, really looking at what they're doing. From the first sample, I should have been done. But I wasn't. And the plus on this, or the lesson on this, is that you try again. I tried doing business with this factory over a year ago, and they just weren't communicative. I don't know why. Maybe we were too small then, maybe I did something wrong. But the lesson here is sometimes you got to reach out again. Sometimes you got to talk to people again. And what's come out of this is, as we're developing new products, I've already got write-ups for several new products. Got to be explicit about not only what the product is, but how we expect people to do business with us. Contracts, right? This is something I learned in my last business that it didn't even occur to me to bring forward to this one. Contracts aren't just about believing people were wrong or that they're not going to do their job. Sometimes contracts are just to set expectation, to make it known what both sides are planning or needing to do. I don't think there's anything wrong with having contracts in business or, even writing things out in personal ways. What is the cat doing? The cat's being weird. So, pardon me for being distracted. She really wants my attention. She's doing everything she can to be distracting and annoying. Don't be afraid to sketch it out. And if you do contracts with people, write out bullet points before you turn it into a 40-page document. That's ridiculous. Agree on the bullet points before you turn it into 40 pages. And yeah, your attorney's going to recommend otherwise because your attorney gets paid by the hour. If you can't agree on the bullet points, you're never going to agree on the contract. If you can't write it out on a note card, it's probably too complex. So, I'm going to go find out what the cat's doing. I hope you have a great day. Don't forget, join me on Instagram live tomorrow, right about 6:30 a.m. as we do every week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday on YouTube, Tuesdays on Facebook, Thursdays on Instagram. Great day. I'll see you tomorrow.